Unnecessary genital surgery on children should not be allowed.
So should it be banned?
There is a view that it is already illegal, and I think the law should be clarified to make it clear that it is.
To your knowledge, are there men who were circumcised as children who now believe that their human rights were taken away from them?
There are hundreds of thousands of circumcised men around the world who hold that view very strongly, that their rights were abused and they were deprived of the opportunity of retaining their bodies in their natural form.
Have any of them who've not had a botched circumcision tried to sue?
No. Largely because they're out of time, or because they're aware that if they sue their circumciser, that their parents would become involved, and people tend to love their parents and to trust that their parents did the best they could for them.
And that's the crux of it, isn't it? Parents actually love their children, and 3 reasons why they do it is either religious, cultural, or for health reasons. They're actually trying to protect their kids, not hurt them.
Other reasons, Tara, they do it for no reason whatsoever. So that's the 4th thing I'd like to add in there.
But they certainly don't do it to hurt them, do they?
No, they do it because they think it is the best thing for the baby, yeah, or for the child. And the child might be up to 14 or 16 years old. The fact that a parent believes that they're doing the right thing for a child doesn't mean that what they're doing is the right thing.
So the clarification of the legal status in this country, the ultimate result of that is circumcision should be banned. Is that right?
I'm saying that unnecessary genital surgery on all children, boys, girls and intersex babies, should be regarded as a criminal assault and as a civil assault.
So what should happen to people who circumcise their sons then?
This is an interesting question. In China, the government has recently decided that smoking in public places should be illegal, and they've passed a law to that effect, but there's no penalty attached to that law, which is another interesting legal way of approaching a cultural change problem like this. How do you change the behaviour of a large number of people without slinging them all in jail? And in China you couldn't sling every smoker in jail, no way. But you can pass a law saying it's illegal to smoke in public places and there is no penalty. So you know that your community and your government is telling you that it breaches someone else's interests and someone else's rights. I think the same could happen with circumcision or with all unnecessary medically unnecessary surgery on children. To say it's illegal, but there is no penalty.
Do you really believe making circumcision a criminal offence is going to stop it?
I expect that over time it will become part of our culture to understand that this is something that we don't do. We have laws against all sorts of things and the crimes still continue. So the law against murder hasn't stopped people from killing each other, but it is now well accepted in our culture that that's something you don't do. And that's, I think, where we need to go with unnecessary surgery on all children.
Well, that's the issue you're presenting, but the issue for many parents is about the health of their sons.
And the best way to protect your child from disease, if you ask any of the medical organisations around the world, including the AAP, in their report, the best way to obtain maximum protection against sexually transmitted disease is to practice safe sex and to practice personal hygiene.
And what about penile cancer?
Same again, personal hygiene.
May I ask, are you circumcised?
No, I'm not.
Do you believe that your arguments come from your own history, your own position?
No, I think that the arguments of circumcised men do come from their own history. If you have had no choice in the shape of your body, then it is normal. Your body is, my body is normal, your body is normal to you, mine is to me. And as we grow up, the body that our parents have created for us as babies is normal to us. Many children have all forms of cosmetic surgery if they've got a serious cosmetic deformity, and whatever they grow up with is normal. So I think circumcised men accept their body as normal, and if you suggest to them that it's not, which statistically it isn't, then they need to defend that position. You must never forget that this is an unusual practice. If you take the whole world as a population, it is a minority practice. If you take Australia, we're talking about 15% of the population. 85% of parents don't do this. 15% do. In very rough figures, it varies from state to state. So it's a minority practice, and most parents understand that nature or God presented them with their perfect little baby and leave him as he is. And if he wants, when he grows up, to get his ears pierced or have anything else done to his body, he can.
Those who are pro-circumcision say that in newborn baby boys it's a procedure that is pain-free, not traumatic, and mostly safe. Do you agree with that?
I wouldn't agree that people who promote circumcision say that. I would say that some people who promote circumcision say that, but the vast majority know that that's not true. The vast majority of people who promote circumcision agree that it is painful, and that the child needs to be restrained, and that it does cause pain. So no, I don't agree that pro-circumcisionists, people who are out there flogging circumcision, I don't believe that they think it's pain-free, and they don't say so. I've got a quote here from a rabbi in New York who says, "I accept that it is child abuse. I accept that I'm an abuser. I accept that it is a violent act, and I do it for religious reasons." Now, he is promoting circumcision within his own community, within his own faith, but he is not saying it is pain-free.